What's up, guys? It's Marcus with Metaphors, and I got a very special guest with me today. The man himself, Eric Chai. Some call him Chai T, aka Chai TCG. One day coming to you. What's up, buddy? How we feeling?
What's up, dude? Feeling good. It's about a week out since the monthly, and yeah, it just feels crazy to have won another one. And um, yeah, it's a cool thing. Just got back from vacation as well, so
Heck,
it was a really great past week for me.
heck yeah, dude. I was gonna say, so yeah, you just won your second monthly. I think you're the first person to win two monthlies, right?
I think
No,
Jackson
oh yeah,
actually won
Jackson
too,
did
but I
too. But you
just
won
happened
the
to be the
two biggest monthlies, one that was 70 some odd people, and this one that just happened that was 60 some odd people. And
yeah.
not only that, but many are starting to consider you one of the better Blackwing players in the game. And your list is kind of spicy, dude. I'm kind of excited to go over it. I was curious as we played each other because we actually played in the finals in a Blackwing mirror, and yeah, I got caught off guard by some of these techs. So without further ado, do you want to get into the list and maybe your tournament run?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I can go through like, the standard stuff that I thought was pretty interesting. I do want to give a quick shout to Mr. Pro Storm. He helped me cook up a lot of like tech and different decision points. Helped me bounce some ideas. And so yeah, he's really a great person that I talked to a bit right the night before the monthly, and then yeah, the game plan seemed to work out for me the day of. So yeah,
Heck yeah, makes sense. And he also just top aided a pretty decent
yep.
sized event recently with Blackwings. So
Yep. Yeah, and he was on team with AJT the following day, and yeah, they all were on the bird. So good to see the bird deck do well. But
bird boys
um,
stick together.
yeah, exactly.
Heck yeah, dude.
Um, yeah, let's just go through the deck list. I mean, standard 3 Blizzard, 3 Bora up from the 2 Bora. I think I've been playing after I tested it at Niagara with AJT list. This was one of the cards that I talked to ProStorm about. It's a good threat card. Like just being able to special summon more damage in a blocking deck is very important, and just turns on your Blizzard earlier. In case you haven't had that up yet. And so I replaced that with the second Vayu because I was also on 2 Vayu for a little bit. Um, I think that's like the only two major things for like the Blackwing and Monster lineup change was, that's the one where people either play 2 Vayu for sure or 1 Vayu. I've been on a hot streak recently playing like 2 Vayu with this return, just because I wanted to test it locally and see how it felt, and it felt really good. Being able to like have that extra bomb in your deck against like Vayu and just other decks that think they have the advantage versus you, and then you just flip the game on them because return is like a random +3 at times, or if not more.
Right.
Um,
And do you think with one value, you would continue to play the return in the main?
I don't think so because it's less consistent. Like I've noticed times at this specific tournament run where I only had like 1 or 2 cards banished, whereas when I had 2 Vayus, I find like OTK lines so much more often. It'd be like return a Sirocco Vayu after a normal summon a Sirocco and stuff like that. And so I think if I were to continue playing return, I'd have to go up to 2 Vayu
That
and then
makes
cut back
sense.
down on the Bora. But no, it's definitely cool spice cards that I would consider, just messing around with if you're testing Blackwings yourself, and then see if you like that package or not.
Right. And I'm
Um,
assuming you like it a lot just because all the bottomlesses, D prisons,
exactly.
Caiuses. Right. Okay.
Yep, exactly. And like the fact that like a lot of people don't feel like they're fully pressured until they're around that 5,000, 6,000 range, or like even though that's like pretty high, but people can feel that pressure. Like you can just do 8,000 out of nowhere with the return, and so like having an OTK potential in a deck that doesn't always have that OTK, it's really nice to have an extra bomb in there. And I know like I think I mentioned this in the Blackwing podcast thing that I did earlier, but um, yeah, just being able to have the extra bomb in your deck is just an important way to convert games that you might not normally have had, and yeah, just because of all the bottomless deepers and all the stuff that removes your monsters, it's just a cool card
Yeah.
to you can always activate because you always have half your life unless you lost the game.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe it actually becomes a trend in Blackwings where they start playing it. Because for the longest time, Vayu didn't play it, but it's just such a powerful card on its own, especially as the game progresses. Like maybe you don't want to see it so much early, but the amount of value it has as a top tech,
Yeah.
like after turn 3, 4, 5, is just absurd.
Yeah, the mid game bomb is crazy. Like they've already dealt with like a couple of your monsters. You're running like 3 to 4 cards against your opponent, 3 to 4 cards, and all of a sudden you drop return on them for infinite converted advantage because you worked through that early back row, and now they don't have the bottomless or deep prison to protect anymore. And so now, like when Blackwings all their attacks go through, that's like a game winning spot on its own. But yeah, definitely like it's something to consider because like yeah, like what you said, like the value didn't used to play cards like this, and they thought it was too bricky or like it just a win more type of card. And I don't know, every card has value, and you can debate for yourself if you feel like it's worth to keep or not.
Right.
Yeah, and then the another interesting tech was like that noble and extermination that came from Mr. Pro Storm as well. Just talk to him like how important it is to be able to main phase one resolve your play rather than waste the turn setting a dust and passing. Which I think that has merit too. The cards this doesn't play well into is like when they have oppression main decked or anything that they can flip up in response like legacies like draw traps. But because draw traps happen to be lower on like the amount that people are playing right now, it seems to be a better card. But if people decide to play a lot more and back to 6, this card would have less value for sure. Um, but I liked it in my tournament. It's surprisingly like could be good against frogs. I think I got it against your friend, now my friend that I met that day, Dom Couch. Like he seemed like a really chill guy, and yeah, I got to banish his deep prisons game 2 with it. So that was very very interesting tech just to test out, and it worked out well for me this past weekend.
Makes sense. Yeah, Dom's one of the best current players of all time. So when
Yeah,
you
that's
guys went up
crazy.
against each other, I was like really excited to watch the match, but I thought you played pretty flawlessly.
Dang, bro. Thanks, bro. Thanks,
Yeah,
bro.
no
Thanks, bro.
problem. And then also, I mean, a couple other questions that are out of the norm because yeah, no one's gonna question like the 1 Gale, the 3 Shura,
Yep.
3
Yeah,
3, right?
exactly.
Uh,
Right.
I guess did you like Gores in the main deck?
Yeah, I think I always have liked Gores as of recent. He just like especially for IRL, like people just don't have perfect sequencing of attacks sometimes IRL. Like they'll just push the wrong monster and then you're like, oh, I just saved 1700 life and I get a like clear your back row now. And specifically Gores plus like um that Noble and Extermination. This was like mentioned that, oh actually I think I sent you a couple I should have a Mirror Force over a deep prison actually. But basically, like the idea is that
Oh, in your
the
list?
yeah, in my list,
Oh, I'll fix it
this
real
noble and
quick.
extermination can clear that mirror force on your turn, because like that's what people will set when they play into gores. People usually have mirror force or some way to deal with the gores, and so if you can ping away that mirror force on your turn, like that gores becomes infinite more value, and then you just like can win the game off gores alone. Um,
That's
and yeah, just yeah,
wait. So
being
you
able
were
to like
only on
lure him
one deep
away.
prison this weekend then too.
Yeah, I was on one prison, one mirror.
How do you feel about that? Because I feel like a lot of people opt to even play as many as 3D prison plus the Mirror Force in their list.
Yeah, yeah. The reason I actually started going before this list and talking with ProStorm, I actually started already going down to one prison to fit like double value and then triple Bora before.
Okay.
Um, and I felt like I didn't miss it that much. Like I feel like it was really clutch when I did have it. Like I loved having prison, and I think it's a really good strong card, obviously. But I know AJT sides down on his against Vayu specifically, and our friend Sizzle Eric, like he plays Vayu obviously, and so a card that I want to win game 1 against Vayu with more is like Dust Tornadoes to get rid of their back rows to make sure my plays go through. Eric's philosophy is that because Blackwings and Vayu, you don't have an insane amount of cards you can side in against them, you should do everything you can to kind of beat that matchup because stealing game 1 is a way more meaningful because there's just not as much influence you have games 2 and 3. Um, and so you want to have all these cards that can beat that deck game 1. And so that's why I wanted like return as a bomb game 1. I wanted less deep prison because I know AGT sides down on that. I'd rather have back row removal like Nobleman or I main deck Dust before over the third deep or second or third deep prison. And so I just felt like having mirror and a deep prison was kind of enough just to stop attacks. Um, but yeah, I think somehow going down to 1 hasn't really bit me in the butt too bad. So
Yeah.
Um,
You could also get away with it a little bit more in this type of deck because you have the 3 Icarus, you have 3 Kalute, you have
yeah,
Boars, like, you have other things that can interact in the battle phase.
exactly. Yeah, yeah.
Um,
I basically see like 3 Kalute as like 3 battle stoppers almost because like if they're attacking into your monster at the wrong time and you have the Kalute, like you know, that's like a way to stop their battle phase on its own if they have like multiple monsters out. So
no,
yeah,
for sure.
the 1-in-1 helped or worked for me this past weekend, and I don't know. I feel like I've played the build with 2 a lot, and 2 and 1 Mirror Force, and it's worked. I think that was what I won with the first monthly. So just testing out new stuff is always fun and
Right.
seeing what works.
And so another question I have, do you still think it's correct to split these now that, like, it almost feels like a little bit the cat's out of the bag, right? And,
Oh,
like,
the cat is so out of the bag. It
yeah,
doesn't even matter
so
what you
so do
do
you
with
think
these cards.
it's might just be correct to just, like, play double Yada if you're gonna play 2
For
draw
the slight
traps?
optimal chance of playing into spirit monsters, yeah,
Sure,
it's
like,
probably
I know that, like, cards like King of Bayou have actually kinda surfaced in some Frogs decks,
true, true.
and then also, obviously, Dark Dust Spirit if you ever run into that, which doesn't really come in versus your Blackwing strategy, I feel like, but, you never know.
Yeah, I think it doesn't really matter what draw traps you play right now because yeah, but like having the slight more advantage, like there's no one's gonna see like oh I see one jar, I'm gonna think he's on
3.
4 draw traps now.
Right.
It's like you could just be on the single jar even, and so yeah, the only reason I did the split was because I had a first ed jar and not secret
Truth
legacy.
comes
So
out.
exactly.
And then,
Um,
one final question actually on the main deck, and then we'll move to your side. So we were talking a little bit before the monthly about Torrential and whether that should be in the main deck for Blackwings. I'm still a big advocate of it. It looks like you opted to end up playing it. How was that for you in the tournament?
yeah. So before I didn't really like torrential because I already had so much spot removal for like monsters, double bottomless, triple Ica, and stuff like that. Just like I didn't feel the need for torrential, but being able to stop summons like to punish dad or like you know like Lila's and being I think this you helped me kind of come to this conclusion. It was just like too good of a card. Prostorm also mentioned it's too good of a card, so I'm like, okay, if all these good players are saying it's too good of a card, it might be too good of a card. And yeah, so I just wanted to make sure I played that. And then yeah, I felt like it was a good way to like, as you said, like sit on it for a few turns because that's kind of could be a way to play Black Wings with depending on your hand is you're just setting cards and building up your combo hand, I guess.
Yeah,
And so Torrential lets you stall out, and then if you Torrential a board, then the next turn they attack into you with a Gores, that could be game ending on its own too. So
no,
um,
for sure.
yeah, it's definitely a good flexible like high punish card and um, yeah, I don't think it applies that much to where like, oh, they see torrential in your graveyard, now they're just gonna spam monsters against you because then you can just get clapped back by Blackwings, and people don't want to just drop their whole hand against you right away, so you can make plays against their board. So I think it's actually a really good card in Blackwings currently.
No, I agree. I also like the fact that in Blackwings, a lot of times card advantage doesn't matter. There's times I'll torrential myself, where I'm using torrential and clearing one of my own monsters and my opponent's monsters just because I know I have a game shot the following turn.
True.
Stuff like that comes up. But yeah, now let's get to the side decks. You got some spice here as well. Um, I guess like because normally when I look at side decks, like at least when I look at current format, everything's like a 3 or 2 of because whatever cards I'm siding, like I want to see them, right? But you kind of got a mixed bag here. So we'll start from the front. You go 1 Cyber, 1 Dyna, 1 Crow. Uh, then you also have 1 Nobleman, second DDV, 1 Transmi. So it's a good amount of one ofs. Can you kind of go over like the thought process behind some of these?
Yeah, so let's do Cyber Dragon. I think just like the monster lineups, I don't really like normal summoning. So yeah, actually I think Fossil Dyna, I think literally the last second, like right before I turned my slip, I crossed out Fossil Dyna and put in my body. Um because I just felt like there wasn't as many
Oh,
decks that
so
get
is this
punished
supposed to
by
be my body
yeah, yeah,
then?
that's actually yeah, so
Okay.
this was a 2 card off. Sorry. I sent you like the list right before
The
I
one
like
you
made
printed
changes.
off
Yeah, yeah, the one I printed
before
out.
you
Yeah,
made the
exactly.
adjustments prior to tournament.
Yeah,
Makes
exactly.
sense.
Um, but yeah, so I just had these 2 monsters actually, and I didn't want to normal summon anything from my side deck, so I was like, this seems pretty good.
Makes
The
sense.
DD Crow soul release stuff came from the Pro Storm's um, discussion with him, and just seeing like because it can cover multiple matchups and like I didn't really have anything before against Lightsworn/Twilight. Um, and so yeah, just having these extra cards actually came in handy. Being able to soul release their monsters and having Crow as well was pretty helpful.
Did you feel
Um,
like it was necessary to do split the crow and the transmi, even though they serve similar purposes, especially if you have soul release in the mix?
yeah, I think I just felt like I wanted Transmite because I know that's like the highest side deck win rate card against Vayu.
Spicy. I did not
I,
know that.
Yeah, I think Red Gadget had a video like a long time ago with Eric on it, and that's like the highest impact card against Vayu specifically. And
Okay.
so that's why I kept wanting to keep that in,
And I
because it can bait like the back row removal and also be chained. So it's like it's only bad if they do it on end phase, and now you have no way to interact with them on their turn, which is the downside of that playing trans. But because it's limited, I like playing limited cards too, so I
right.
figured I'd just do the split.
Right. I also remember you got me on Minecon because I ended up maining Minecon and siding Raikou, which is something like I've always been a big fan of the Minecon Raikou, whether it's in the side or splitting it in the main and side. But I noticed you forego all of that and decided to play the one Nobleman. What was the thought process in going that route?
Yeah, so normally I think I really liked that Minecon and Raikou package because it outs Decree, it plays well into Vayu also. It's another bomb against Vayu. But this tournament specifically, I knew there was less Vayu players. Like Eric wasn't able to go, or like he doesn't even play in them normally, but because he didn't play in this one, there's less that like S tier Vayu players there.
Yeah,
So
no
I feel
Kalenda,
like, yeah, exactly. No Clend
no
on the
Zach.
on Vayu.
Yeah.
Yep. Exactly. All the boys that are on the deck. So I was like, okay, maybe I can sack my volume matchup a little bit more this monthly and go for like making sure I beat the rest of the field, and so like making sure I don't get sacked by Lightsworn and just various like DD Crow's a catch all for a lot of varying matchups. So yeah, just and I needed to make the room for those cards. So like cutting the package of Minecon Raikou and just going down to one Nobleman, it still fits the same matchup idea. It just and it worked out because I don't think I really played any values this monthly, and we can go over my matchup report after
Yeah, definitely.
the list.
How did you
Uh,
like the 2D fissure? I did side one of these. I know that's also gaining popularity. It's an easy out to consecrate it, obviously. But opting to play two, did you just like it because it was more flexible into a wider field?
yeah, I think I was gonna only play one, but then I was like, dude, if I play one, I'm never gonna see this card. So I was like, and if I'm gonna play it, I think I need to play at least two because I need to in the matchups I want it in, which is like decks that have consecrated decree or whatever. I need to see that fissure ASAP. So I figured I need to at least run two if I'm gonna play this package and just see how it felt, and it felt pretty good. I didn't play against any consecrated decree deck because I thought you would be on that deck,
Sorry.
but it's all good. But no, I mean, I'm happy that we were able to make it to the finals together and everything. So I was sick,
Yeah,
but
then I got
um,
smashed.
dude, what the heck? Yeah, but Fissure was pretty decent all day. I think it just helps into like those matchups where their monsters are so big, like Machina having one or two fissures could be decent. Um, where else? Oh, the Dragon deck that I played against Jackson in top 8, like Fissure came in clutch there, killing a red med because all his
Okay.
monsters are just bigger than mine. Like Quackimir, Drago, I
Yeah,
can't do
no.
anything.
It's
Yeah, so
just
it
good
actually turned
generic
out to be
removal. Like even
yeah,
like
exact.
against a dupe block it or like something it could be decent against if it came up.
Yep,
I don't know
yep.
if I'm siding it in that matchup, but like
Yeah, I don't know if I'm doing it, but
it,
it's just a randomly, just random one for one removal can be really, really good. I know there's some AMA players like Carter that was there that it could be good against because either if they don't even side consecrate it can kill, Titanial if it's the
they
only monster. So
right.
it
Oh,
has
because it's
its
non-targeting, right?
applications. Exactly. Yep.
Right. Okay. Nice. Nice. And then the second deck dev, I feel like that can kind of go unexplained. The
Mhm.
two oppression. I mean, I think I know what uh, everyone should know about this in Black Wings. I feel like that happens a lot. Uh, and then the three dust tornado. How did you feel about this, especially since you're already main decking the one extermination?
I think from now on, I'll probably always play three dust. It just happened. It's just so good into like rogue matchups that you need to get rid of their back row, and like they depend. There's some decks that just depend so highly on their back row that you have to be able to remove it. And like Blackwing Mirrors, like having that third dust, you need to see that as soon as possible. Especially because I'm not playing that third Raikou as well,
Right.
or like the Raikou as a back row removal as well. So now I need, yeah, just it's too good and flexible of a card when you're playing an S tier deck and they have floodgates that might want to stop you and stuff. So it's a bit too strong to play less than 3. Is my current opinion on it. It might be changed in the future, but for now, I think I'll always side 3. And I don't know about the Nobleman Extermination. I liked it this tournament, but yeah, it just needs more testing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
in my very limited testing, I have liked, which to my surprise, because I'm normally not a fan of Dust Tornado, but in this deck specifically, I have liked it in the main. So I have been maining one of these, but I haven't really messed around with this. I'm just so fearful by the amount of chainable traps and like, uh,
yeah.
especially in the main deck. Like obviously, I can see it being sided a little bit more, just because then you're putting in a matchup it's always going to be good against.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, listen, I think you exterminated my D prison in a very clutch situation in a game where I lost to you. So,
Yeah,
and
it might have been bottomless, but it was it was
was it
like an
bottomless?
impactful. Yeah, I think it was bottomless
I
by
just
point.
remember I had a chainable set, a draw trap, and I was like, oh, if he hits this, I'm cooking him, and then you didn't. So
And then it hit the other one. Yeah.
yeah, but and then the only thing in the side or the extra deck, because I know you've told me in the past, when you're on one value, you typically go with Mistworm now over the 2 Armor Master. How was did that come up at all?
Nope.
No, yeah,
It,
normally doesn't.
same. Yeah, no, it still hasn't come up like either way, like where I needed to make Miststorm or I need to make Arm Master. The only reason I had double Arm Master is because like return can randomly make that more live, and I was on 2 value. Like I basically was on I think a 3 or 4 tournament win streak, like 2 locals in a row, and then a Ulti Colossal tournament I won also that I didn't take a deck list from.
Damn,
Like
you're
I didn't
just
do a video.
crushing everybody with
Yeah.
Blackwings.
After Niagara, I think I'm like 20-1 or something. It's like
Damn,
a
you're
crazy.
him. You're him.
No, dude. No, dude. It's just luck and good cards and
Nah,
I don't
it's
know,
not
praying
luck.
that.
You
Okay.
honestly, and mind you, I'm not a Blackwing mastermind or anything because I don't play the deck very often. But I felt like I was thoroughly outplayed. And I thought I barely made it. Like when we played, I thought I made 1, maybe 2 micro mistakes. And like against your average player, it would not have mattered. I'm winning the game. It's like choosing to set a card in a very specific game state versus another card. And in 95% of situations, it's not going to matter, right? But you took advantage of those. And like, I definitely felt like you are like what a premier Blackwing player is
Dang.
currently. So,
Thank you, bro.
but
No,
yeah, without further
appreciate those kind
ado,
words.
let's hear the tournament report real quick before we start playing some games.
Yeah, for sure. We have 6 rounds. Obviously, there's 62 players, so sizable tournament. Didn't get over 64, so it wasn't 7 rounds like the other one, but this was 6, and ended up going 5-1. So, first round I ended up playing against my boy Jason. Round
No,
1.
team
So that was
kill.
team kill right off the bat. It was against his Twilight Bayou list that he's been on. Soul Release came in game 2, and it did its thing. It released like 3 or 4 names, so that helped. And then after I won 2-0, we actually found like a lethal line where he could have sacked his own monster for Sirocco pump and then BrainCon pump with my Sirocco to make over 6,000, and then that would have killed me. But just we didn't see it at the moment. And round 1, like things can you start warming up as the rounds go on, and so like having to play against strong players round 1, like I had to play against him round 1. It's like not my ideal round 1 opponent, to warm up with, but
Builds the
yeah,
confidence for sure, though.
yeah, exactly. Like I was like, oh, today could be another one of those, days for sure. Then I played against Kevin Dici. I've known him for a while. He's a Hero Frog player now, and yeah, that was a pretty smooth 2-0. And then Dom Couch, also really strong. Like I can tell from the way he was playing, he's very strong. Like even though he doesn't play Edison, like as his main thing, like I can just tell like the way he's calculating his game plan and like thinking through his cards. Like he's definitely a very strong person I can't like make mistakes against, and so I had to like make some slightly different plays I wouldn't make against everyone. I would say like if so I have to go for like less greedy of lines because I felt like he would punish me for them, and so I
Yeah,
won
no,
that
and that
2-0.
actually came up. I told you during your match I would have made a different play, but you said you just respected him too much to
Yep,
go for that line, and it actually would have mattered because he had an MST set, I believe,
yep.
and it was a deck dev play. But yeah, I've been buddies with Dom since I was like 14 or something. I think he was like 10 years old when we became friends,
That's
and
crazy.
I've watched that kid grow up to be not one but a 2-time YCS champion, and he's got like 20 some odd tops. He is really, really good player. So when you guys were playing, it was a spectacle. It was fun to watch.
Yeah, yeah, definitely was like, dude, if I go for this basically Sirocco DDV line and he actually has the second dust set, I can lose the game like on the spot. Whereas if I just like, um, go for like a Black Rose nuke and let him pick his 2 cards, I can DDV those cards that he added back later. And so
Right.
it
Yeah.
was like, yeah, it was like a considered line for sure. But yeah, won that 2-0, and then I think played against Hector. And he
Man,
was testing out
killers,
that.
lots of killers.
I know, dude. Everyone's just so good in Chicago. What the am I supposed to do with? I mean, just
And we didn't
draw
even
well
have
and against
Kalinda or Eric there.
Rick. Yeah, Eric,
Yeah,
Rick. Like, there's
Rick.
still a lot of
Yeah.
more killers in the lurking, like just waiting around, not being able to make it that day.
Yeah, I felt like we were
Yeah,
missing a lot of people, and we still had 60 some odd. We had a
yeah.
couple groups from out of state show up.
Yep. That's what I was about to say. There's some people that drove out, which I really appreciate. Like, I got to meet some. I think his name is Jackson Calnrad. He met me right before the tournament started, and he like came up to me and talked to me. So that was really cool. And yeah, just seeing people come from outside of the state just to come play some Yu-Gi-Oh with us that's a crazy cool feeling.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
So round 4, you play Hector. How's that go?
Yep. I think I win that 2-0 as well. I think he was playing that new Blackwing hybrid. At first, I thought he was on Vayu, but then I saw like all the Blackwing cards, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, nothing specifically memorable about that. Yeah, just deck is designed to try to do well against Blackwing and Vayu game 1, and it happened to do well. So then next I play Kevin Wu, who was also 4-0 at the
Oh
time, and I'm like,
man,
dude, not the
another
freaking boy.
killer channel regular, Kevin Wu.
Kevin Woohoo.
He was on Frogs, right? You said?
He was on Frogs, yeah. And then game 1, he cooks me, and I'm like, damn, that was the Frog Classic. Just all the good stuff game 1 with like Ab-Zero and everything. And then games 2 and 3, I stopped letting him summon Ab-Zero, so it went a lot smoother for me.
Yeah, he had a pretty spicy Hero Frog deck, if I remember. He showed me some interesting cards, and he ended up topping the event as well. So
maybe his list will go on the channel.
maybe we'll have to wait and see.
And then round 6, guaranteed top 8 at this point. So I played against Danny, who was on Machina Control, also who made top 8, obviously.
Yep.
This
is the guy yeah, I was about to say, you told me you did some experimental siding against him, right?
Yeah. Yeah, like round 6, I feel like there's no need to like, play your exact way that you're going to play in top 8 because you need to know what cards are good and not good against their deck. And so I tested Soul Release against Machina. It did not feel that good. I probably would never do that going forward.
You tested the fissures as well, right?
Yep, I tested fissures as well. Like just seeing like how much value can I get out of these cards, and because he was actually on a higher Lightsworn count package. Like I know he was on Jane. I think he was on multiple Jane, multiple Lila, multiple Raikou. And so I was like, oh, he's trying to like mill, and his goal of his deck is to get Avarice live, obviously, as fast as possible. So I thought that Soul Release could help there. It didn't really do anything. Like he was just, I had to deal with the board presence and removing the stuff from grave, and it didn't really feel good. So yeah, just something I learned from that helped me in my top 8, basically.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So then I made top 8 and then played against Jackson, the other person that has won 2 monthlies with Dragon Control.
Yeah, he was on his tried and true.
Yep, he went back to his tried and true. I know, like at the smaller monthly, like we have a lot of different Edison events now in Chicago, which is really great. He's been testing out like GBs or something else.
Yep.
Blackwings even.
I've noticed from their channel. I'll give him a quick shout out on the grind, Yu-Gi-Oh. Yeah, I did see that he's been on Gladiator Beast.
Yep. And so he went back to his tried and true. He topped again, and then yeah, I think I won this match insanely fast. It was like 10 minutes or something, and like
I remember I was still in my match. I was like, what the heck? These guys are already done.
Yeah, it was really really quick. Like I mean, I just happened to open a faster hand, and he didn't have the defense to deal with it, and yeah, like fissure killing his red med, so I can attack directly for 2 turns. Like that was pretty much game on the spot, and so it just worked out. Yep. Top 4 was the Danny, the one that went 6-0 in Swiss. He had the Machina Control. I decided more appropriately this time, and yeah, I just won that 2-0 as well.
Yep.
And
then obviously you prepared to play the Vayu player that I was playing against, because when return got activated, I was dead, but somehow there was just an arm winged on board that attacked me directly, and I got an extra turn.
Yeah, you basically, you played as best given the cards you were given. You could only play the best you could, and you ended up winning that match, which I was like, how did you win that match?
Yeah, I'm just trolling. That dude was super nice. Nothing against him or anything. I was just like, when I was playing you, it felt like borrowed time is all.
Yeah, I mean, he just kept ripping insane card into insane card. Like he had an oppression for your special summon. He had return for like on his turn before he activated. I was like, oh my god, there's just so much you have to deal with, and I was like, how are you gonna navigate this? And yeah, you played it as well as as he can give it to you as well. So it was
Yeah.
really nice to see you in the finals with me. So I was really happy that we got to get a good way to cap off the
Yeah.
tournament.
And how'd that finals match go in your eyes?
Dude, it was crazy. What the heck? I feel like it could have gone either way for sure. Like
Yeah.
all three games started with the whirlwind Shura, I'm pretty sure. So
Yeah,
it was like,
so game one, I won the die roll, and I'm like, oh man, I've got 3 Blackwings, Whirlwind, and a trap card. This feels great. I'm gonna, and then I don't even remember what my 6th card was, but I activate normal Shura search, but I think I set a draw trap, and then your
mhm.
start is literally activate Whirlwind normal. I was like, no, he also drew broken.
Yeah, I definitely needed to open Nutty to win that game one and steal it back.
Yeah, and then game two, I think I just put out a lot of damage really
Yep.
fast, and it was just
Yeah.
like it would have taken too long for you to recover. And then game three was the one that was really back and forth.
Yep.
I remember you started with a whirlwind play, and you got your initial search, but then on my turn for your following turn, I had an Icarus play, and I was able to put a value in the grave. Uh,
Mhm.
and then it turned into this like we're both passing back and forth,
Yep.
setting a bunch
The
of
draw pass
cards.
thing for
Yep.
like 6 turns in a row type of
Yeah,
thing. Yeah.
and I think ultimately a DDV play put you in the driver's seat,
Yep.
and then we just traded Sirocco's and you won the game.
Yeah. That was a nail biter for sure. I mean, obviously you're insanely strong. You've like topped every like all these monthlies in a row, and like you're
Finally got
like I think you're
past
one of
top
the
8 again.
oh yeah, you finally got and you made it so far as you remember. Like that's amazing. Like I don't know
Yeah,
on a deck that you just literally recently switched back to. Like you were on the Christia putting list for 2 monthlies in a row, going 6-0 twice there, and then switching to the dark side, and then reaching the finals
yeah.
is pretty
DDV
crazy.
put the fear of God into me, unfortunately. Uh,
No.
I might have to be a bird bro for Anaheim. I don't know yet. But
Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
dude, you killed it. I was so glad. I'm not gonna lie. Like after I won my top 4, I was like, I do not deserve this. When I was playing you, I was like, I don't even care who. No, I care. Obviously,
No.
I want to win. But like,
Yeah.
I would. That's the most okay I'll ever be with losing. I won't like be like rage mad or anything on the inside. Uh,
Yep.
so I was really glad that you cooked. You cook at all these monthlies. Honestly, I feel like you and I are like the most surefire top 8
Oh yeah.
candidates at these monthlies.
Yeah.
And then you
Yeah.
just obviously always take it pretty deep.
Yeah. So I think I topped the last 5, and I've won 2 of them. So that's pretty nice.
Absolute beast.
Or like the last 5 in a row that I've attended,
Yeah,
because I know
yeah.
I had to miss one for other stuff. But then, yeah, and then top 4 at 2 of them, and then one of them was a top 8. So
Ah,
it's been
you're
good
just
runs.
so
But now I
good.
need to
You're
actually
so
bring it to
good.
like some other. I have to bring it to like a bigger event because I keep losing in the bigger one. So I need to
Yeah.
somehow train my.
Well, I think a part of it is you always start off hot at other than I think Indy, if I can remember correctly, you normally start off hot at these big ones where you're like 4-0, and
Yeah.
then it'll be like one loss just completely
Yeah.
derails you. Whereas at the monthly, I feel like you don't care as hard. So when you
Yep.
do lose at the
That's
monthly,
exactly right. Yeah.
you're able to
That's.
like untilt versus
Yep.
at a big event, it lingers a little bit. You master that,
Yeah.
dude. You're gonna be topping everything. I swear, you're way
Oh
too
my god.
good.
No, dude, thank you. But
Um,
yeah, definitely something to work on. I'm glad I have something else to work on as well. Like it's so fun to get better at things,
oh
and
for
yeah, like
sure.
mental aspect and like like figuring out the lines of the deck aspect. It's just Yu-Gi-Oh's a very rewarding game to be good at. I feel like.
Yeah, and relatively, you're still a baby in Yu-Gi-Oh, dude. You haven't even been
Dude, like
playing for 2 years, right? Like this is literally finishing your 2nd year of Yu-Gi-Oh.
Edison, yeah. I mean, I played a little bit back with Eric and Jason when I was like 12, and I played for
Oh
one
shit,
season. So it
I
was
didn't
like
know this. I
yeah.
didn't know this
So
arc.
that's how I met Eric and Jason back then. I was like literally 12 years old. Went to Pastimes local
Oh
as like a
man,
regional.
pastimes.
Yeah, I think Kalinda was also there, and then like there's a couple other people from Team Saki, David, um, yeah, Raul, like just some OGs that
I always thought you just went to college with these guys, and then they got. I know the goat story that you got into Yu-Gi-Oh
that
that way. I didn't know you played before then.
yeah, I played a little like basically for my sophomore year of high school, and then I quit after. Like I didn't get to do anything extended, but I learned a lot within that one year. Like I did like a hyperbolic type of trying to learn everything what as hyperbolic as you can get back then because there wasn't like infinite resources to get better
Sure.
like YouTube and everything. So, um, yeah, it's definitely. But I feel like yeah, having good players around me definitely helps now. Like I learned so much faster because I get to ask you, Eric, Jason, like all these questions, and
Yeah, and
our whole
Pro
community of
Storm
shit.
and
Yeah, Pro
all these
Storm now,
great
dude. Like
online players too.
exact, like our Team X like chat and everything. There's just like a lot of people you can leverage for information nowadays, and you know it's amazing to be able to use that to convert into wins somehow.
Yeah, no, it's crazy too. And yeah, even at the monthly, it's not like you had an easy pass where your first 3 or 4 rounds were like guys you don't know. You played killers all day.
Yeah.
But let's get into the gameplay. Because I kind of want to show off.
Yep.
Hopefully, we can maybe see some of these spicy 1-ofs in the main and try out some cool side deck strategies.
Fast. Yeah.
All right, we're taking this bad boy into rank. What are we picking here? Oh, easiest dub. Your deck's crazy, bro. Your deck's crazy.
That's just how you do it, dude. That's how you win monthly.
What the heck? All right, what are we picking here?
Paper never fails.
Paper never fails. Let's go. Nice. Good luck. Have fun.
Die roll, win game.
I'm a nice guy. All right, this guy's decently
Yeah.
rated. This is a real game. So we're taking
we can't see his rating, but
Chai Tea Black Wings. Yo, wanna be the hero. Oh wait, this guy know me? Oh, it's Sherrod. Let's
wait, it's
go.
Sherrod. No way, right? I was like, I can't see the names on. I'm just watching your screen, but with the cameras and everything. But that's so funny.
I'm letting him know this is for a vid.
Nice. That's
All
so
right,
cool.
Sherrod is one of our local players. He prior to this monthly got second with heroes at one of our monthlies.
Yeah, dude, his level up is insane. He's one of those guys that you definitely have to be.
So with Gore's heavy judgment, I'm just setting jar here. What do you think?
Oh wait, can you hear me or no?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay, just making sure.
I'm sorry, I kind of tunnel visioned on the game.
No, you're good. You're good. Yeah, I think what we should do is definitely just the jar standard play. Like
Okay.
jar into Gore's into heavies, like game winning on.
Yeah, and then judgment to follow up. This feels really strong, but we get to see some more cards.
Too strong. We don't even have Whirlwind, bro. Imagine if we have Whirlwind, the game's over.
Yeah, I know. If we can see it.
We don't even need this game.
It's kind of hilarious that we're playing against Sherrod, though.
Yeah, he actually won like Fraser's last free local, so I was like, dude, so good to see.
There we go. There we go. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, that's good. That means we know we're playing against a solid player.
Oh, this
is always terrifying, knowing that our heavy ain't gonna be anything.
The soul releases. Yeah, it could literally. This deck will give or take. We can't really do much other than slam him.
Oh man, he drew a lot of milling cards.
Yeah, he's probably gonna do the chart or the Lumina, mill everything.
Oh, he's playing the hybrid deck and he milled crazy. Another Light Sworn plus Vice Rocco.
Hey,
oh my god, this isn't fair. All right,
pretty cool.
If he goes after this, that feels pretty okay. Let's see.
He's gonna use the no? Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh right.
It doesn't make a difference either way.
Oh, he shook. He shook. He's been bamboozled.
Is that Tretch?
Oh,
what else did they even set in this deck?
He hit a
oh my god,
a wolf, a necro, and a Sirocco.
Oh, this is tough.
This feels rough.
This is rough.
All right, so for me here, I mean, let's put it in your hands. I know what I'd do now that I've thought about it. What would you do in this spot, knowing that he also has Necro Engrave and he has Sirocco plus Vayu Engrave with 3 Light Sword names. Both those names are already on the field as well.
Yeah, I mean, before this was definitely Sirocco pump over like the thing for damage, but now it's definitely more debatable. How many names does he have?
He is 3, and both those names are also on the field. Wolf and Light.
Okay, so it'll just I think I'm okay with heavy and then full, like doing like summoning the whole play. I think.
Okay.
I don't know if that's what you would have done, but
I mean that's a fair line.
Yeah, and then it's the Sirocco Special Bora, and then I think you have to do individual swings over the.
Right. Are you swinging with Sirocco first, or are you swinging with Bora and forcing him to use Necro if he wants to use it?
I think the Necro. Make him burn Necro if he wants to.
I agree. Okay, he's gonna take the 15.
Yep. And then
Are you just setting Yada plus bottomless? How are you doing this?
I think Yada bottomless seems pretty good.
Okay. There's a good scenario where he just swings with this wolf to play around Icarus.
Yep.
And then in that case, are you using the Yada to try to draw into a Kalut?
Yeah, damage, like the damage step one. Yeah, I think so. Man, him hitting Necro there is pretty unfortunate.
Yeah, it was really, really good for him.
But that's why these games are fun. Go back and forth.
Yeah, he milled just crazy this game. So many Light Swords, Sirocco Vayu, and Necro.
Yeah, he went
So,
+2 and then hit a Necro as well.
Definitely going to be a tougher one to get out of.
Oh, sheesh. I think we're getting Backrows, but it is what it is. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, he's just going to swing for swing. Nope, he's going for the Backrows. And then hitting us for 23, and the scores will come in pretty close.
All right. Are we going to bottomless and
it.
we might as well? Yeah, I don't think he plays anything. Yeah, I just
actually,
they might play
Returner.
Avarice.
I don't know what's more likely if they play Return or Avarice.
Oh, it's probably. I agree. I think Return's more likely. I think we just allow it.
So I think we just allow it and then we take it. Because he's playing like the Vayu build, so it's more likely to play the Return cheese.
Yeah, no. I agree.
And now he'll make Armed Wing. And then swing us.
Yeah, I think drawing like a Vayu would surprisingly be really good. And you choose to drop the Gores here, right?
Of course.
Okay, just making sure.
True. More Backrow.
Oh, wait a second. I think we have two darks, right?
Off. Yeah, we're one off.
So we're just... I mean, I think we have to apply pressure.
Yep, I agree. We're not going to win this game by waiting longer, so... Yeah.
Right, and he might Necro this and force us to attack with our...
Crash. Yep.
Which I think...
How many darks does he have from this? Is he at...
He is 1, 2, 3, 4.
So he'll be at 3 after using Necro.
Assuming he uses Necro, yeah.
If he does, then we know for sure he has Dad here, so he doesn't have Dad.
All right. And are you setting both of these? Are you holding both of them? What's your mindset? I mean, there's a good chance it's a decree set, yeah.
I think I am setting both.
Okay.
Because if it's not decree, I want to be able to stop everything. And...
Gotcha. No, makes sense to me. We also have the there we go. Okay.
Yep.
We do have the ability. There's a lot of like follow-up draws that can just set up game.
Exactly. With his Dad in hand.
Yeah.
I mean, we have to still worry about Necro, but it is what it is. Like being able to return on our Solemn. Like he saw both decrees against us, which is pretty insane.
No, it is. That's why like part of me was like when the attacks went through, I was like maybe we hold these in hand, but okay. Is he just gonna go for a Goyle play?
Yeah, I think so.
I actually don't mind that whatsoever. I mean, it sucks for not getting the dark in, but like any monster makes it very okay because we can just crash into the dark Greffer, and then if it's like something bigger than Greffer, that's fine too.
We'll see. I mean, it's for sure Goyo, yeah.
Yep.
100.
Getting it ready. He still has that Necro though, which is a pain. Actually, there's a really spicy play if we can draw a Blackwing.
Yeah, you can just tribute over the...
No. If we can use the Icarus still, unless that's what you meant.
Yeah.
Okay,
like tribute for a cost for Icarus.
Right. Ugh, not good.
Not good.
Alrighty, so here, I think we
Not
just
much
have
do.
to
This is-
switch this.
Yep.
I don't like this spot anymore.
Oh, yeah, we definitely are in a tough one.
We just
but-
need any Blackwing normal
Yeah.
summon, and we are
Exactly.
A-okay.
Yeah, even if he errands us here, it's not end game because 56 is 55. But it is definitely a tougher spot.
Let's see what he opts to do. We could have set the Icarus to bait a MST play. That's hilarious.
Nice. That's so funny. It's Aaron. Yeah, it's gonna be 57 or 55 exact.
So BrainCon is now Dunzo. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Now we need to rip any Blackwing.
Any Blackwing. Oh my
We
god.
got punished.
Oh.
Well, we can just move to game 2.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Close.
Ugh, unfortunate. Had a lot of good
It's
outs
okay.
there.
Yeah.
All right. So I mean, obviously these are coming in.
Yep.
Against his build. Do we like DDV or do we not like DDV?
I think having the 1 is fine. I don't think we need more than the one that's already in there. We can get rid of. I think that Nobleman of Extermination in the main.
Yep.
Or what else do we want in? I guess we want orbs.
Yep.
He's gonna side an orb potentially, so you probably want those.
Do we like Crow or Transmi at all?
I like Cyber Dragon and I like My Body.
You like Cyber Dragon going first still?
Yes, I think
Okay.
so.
And you like My Body just for JD and Dad?
Yeah.
Okay. Because he
think
doesn't
so.
play traps.
And you just need a way to interact around Decree.
True.
Like, and if he has Herald, or I don't know
I
what
think.
list it could be, but
Okay. So I don't care for battle traps a whole lot personally in this type of matchup.
I would side out both, I think.
Okay.
And potentially one Ica. And then what else monster wise?
Yeah. I mean we're siding
Return can come out. Like I basically want these games to go much quicker.
Okay. Do
and
we
probably-
still want to take out return even though we're putting in 2 soul release?
Like to do like cheesy. So yeah, I think so. I
Okay.
think.
No,
I
that's
just
fair.
want,
I was just you're the one who was testing on it. I have no idea.
Yeah, and then I know TT's good going. Better going second, and I probably don't. I'd be in between the TT and the Fissure. I'd probably take out TT going
Okay.
first.
You'd rather take out a TT than a bottomless?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's give it a try.
All right, I think this looks pretty decent. Oh, probably want an oppression. I didn't even see. I forgot.
True.
Probably draw trap, if not both draw traps for both oppressions.
You like the double oppression? I'm always worried with Lila and Decree.
Yeah, we can just do one if you want that. That sounds decent.
Let me think. Against his builds in particular, it's probably a little bit better than just Light Sworn or just Value, right?
Yeah.
I think we
'Cause he
can.
has,
We'll try
like,
the 2.
Plague and yeah, we'll try it. We'll just see how it goes.
All right. And then in this hand, clearly we're going to draw a Whirlwind and cook him. See? You just got to
Oh, how do you do
manifest
that?
it.
Just manifest it, I guess.
Yeah. And then I think I'm just going to start leading it, to be honest. I want to apply pressure
yep.
really fast in this
Yep,
matchup.
agreed. It just doing that thing.
And then I'm going to respond to him real quick. I'm trying. All right. And then, so in here, are you one to add Clute, or are you wanting to go for a quick level 7 synchro?
I was considering adding Gale, but just because I don't know if this Whirlwind will last another turn. Like he might have heavy MST double dust. So Lila,
Okay.
there's just so many plays. So the fact I can make Sirocco Gale next turn it's either Gale or Clute for me is what I would go for.
Okay. Only reason I think, actually, I don't mind him running this over because we have the Sirocco behind
exactly.
it. So I think I like
Yeah.
Gale as well.
Yeah, because Blizzard is a play, but I feel like I'd rather just rip into Blizzards, and I probably have to set Ika here.
All right, and
unless you just want to get run over, then that's okay. Like
I still like setting Ika here personally.
Okay, yeah, I would do it too. I think
Okay.
that's what my instinct would say.
Yeah.
Set Ika here. Like if he doesn't have heavy, he doesn't have it.
Yeah, even if he does heavy, it just makes the card advantage 5-5 still, and then if he runs over this 4, like it's not like crazy.
Yep, it's not.
And then if he doesn't have heavy, it can be like just like absolutely devastating.
Oh no, yep, agreed.
Best scenario is he sets Raikou in a decree.
That is the best. Or sets Raikou and 2 Backrow or something. And then we have the Giga combo.
Raikou 2 Backrow would be nice.
Yeah. Yep, makes sense. Lila not letting us get our next whirlwind search.
Yep.
All good.
And him milling really is no crazy effects here.
Yeah.
All right. Do we want to shotgun this?
I feel just do thinking.
I mean, oh, it's all good.
Oh, that's fine.
I'll just say it's fine.
Yeah, it is what it is. Like, are we okay with him activating Decree on us? I mean,
we can always chain it.
Yeah, we can always chain it.
We can always set something to force him to feel the need to use it.
Yeah.
All right, so clearly we have the piercing damage here. Do we want to apply more pressure, or
I think I'm okay with just hitting.
Just hitting and passing?
But then we lose to Decree like solo, so that's definitely.
Well, we can hit and set another card too. He's already milled a second Lila. If he does Lumina, it lets him ditch a card. I don't know.
Yeah, definitely a weirder spot. Because if we hit this, he's gonna have Decree against our thing that we can't chain anymore.
That's true.
The only drawback.
I mean, we can always set a card, and then we can always pop our own card if needed. But like, even if he does Decree, though, I mean, his Decree is trading with 1 trap at the moment, right?
Yeah, that's true. So just hit for 15 and see what happens.
Yeah.
Or actually,
oh.
Yeah, it's fine.
You wanted to summon the Gale?
Yeah, Gale potentially, but I actually thought then there's TT Mirror games 2 and 3, and I don't really want to deal with that.
Yeah, I think he might have Mirror Force also. Okay.
Yep, I agree.
Yep.
That's why he thought there, potentially Mirror Force.
Just pass?
Yep. A little bit slower than we would want, but his graveyard's not that set up, and we have a soul release on our turn. So
yeah, no need to shotgun anything yet. Okay.
Good card.
Yep.
Oh, he hit the juicer.
Yeah. Yep. It's almost better that it's not engrave, I think, though.
True.
Here comes Sork. I think we're in a spot where we do want to chain this still, right?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, even if we get top deck Blizzard's too good.
And then think on target. So we have the Sirocco Gale play. He has not normal summoned. We have Fissure. I think we go for the Backrow and the Wolf.
For sure. Yeah. Now he might summon Orb and thinking that it's safe when it's really not.
Mm-hmm.
Show us the Mirror Force. Oh, baby. Spicy. So we were right game 1 not to bottomless the Backrow.
Yeah, we were right. At least a little justification there.
We just had to rip a Blackwing. We had like 16 out.
Sure. We like this. We're simplifying a whole lot.
Simplifying.
Okay.
More Backrow. What the fuck? He's not supposed to have
This
more.
is the decree. This is the decree. Oh, that
that's
Necro's
so
rough.
That Necro's rough.
Okay, so I think what we do is normal Sirocco, special the Gale,
Yep.
half the Sork, right?
Why half Sork? Or is that...
I want to
just
punch over the Sork with the Sirocco,
over both.
and then main phase 2, if everything survives, we can just darken the other guy, and then soul release.
If you have the Sork, you can just run it over with Gale, and then you can run over Sirocco over the other guy.
Yeah. That. Well, no, he is Necro, so that's not happening.
Oh, that's why you're saying you can't.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I thought the other one. All right. Well,
sounds
regardless, all roads start with this.
All roads. Oh my god, he's huge.
He's massive.
He's just massive.
All right. And I will start with this. In case he allows both of these somehow to go through.
That would be pretty nice. I mean,
oh, wow. Okay.
Very nice.
Well, now we're just going to
Yeah.
clear the Necro anyways. Okay. And then here, are we synchroing into just a Stardust?
No, it's probably Colossal. Or
Colossal?
Yeah, Colossal. Even though he doesn't have Honest, I don't want him to draw into Honest. And...
Okay. And okay. I'm just thinking if like his next, like what's his follow-up after we drop this? And in my head, it's fucking like just setting Raikos and stuff like that. But if you think the Honest play is more scary, I completely get that as well. But 2 Raikos and a charge versus... And it also protects us if he is on like return or TT for future plays.
That's true.
And the fact that Stardust can like, if it dies, like if he does something to like clear it, then
I think he also wastes his Gale, so that's also good to like he banishes Gale for Sork,
but if you think Colossal's better just because like,
I just think Colossal's really hard
Honest, right?
Like the deck can, if it doesn't have the Raikou immediately, it's just gonna plus every turn.
Okay.
And I hate naked Stardust usually, but I can see
also the other argument is we will be at 3 darks, and putting Colossal puts us in danger of a 4th.
Yeah, I like that. It's definitely more thought out. So we'll do the Stardust, and then Soul Release his life.
All right.
Yep.
And it will be
every name he's ever known.
All 4 names and Necro.
Yep. That's a pretty value Soul Release. 4 unique names and a Necro. That is pretty value.
Boom. Alrighty.
That's all for us.
This stays engraved.
Nice. He almost gave us a 6 card for free. That's our boy.
Oh my god, what a guy.
What a guy.
So maybe Soul Release is the truth in games like this.
It's just because we didn't have anything.
Man, Return would have went crazy.
Return actually would have went crazy.
It would have.
Now all Lightstorm players are gonna play Return plus Double Decree, and it's just gonna be coin flip,
right?
If they have it or not.
I'm still trying to think like mathematically which is better between the. I think it's Stardust, but like.
Hey.
I don't know.
You're insane.
That is pretty crazy. Now here is the thing. What's he setting here realistically other than like Hamster Raikou, which I don't think it's going to be Hamster. Are we just summoning and making an Armwing? Are we just attacking with Stardust? How are you wanting to play this? I know like me personally, I don't like to give this deck turns, but
yeah, that's how I would feel too. Like I don't want him to do anything.
But like, but at the same time, I want to attack with Stardust first. That way, if it is a Raikou, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So are we Goyoing? Or are we like, how do you want to play this?
I would do the Armed Wing.
Arm Wing and attack the set and like better be
Yeah.
Raikou.
I'm down to attack with Stardust first.
Okay, so you want to still do
I'll still
Arm
make
Wing.
yeah, I'll still do Armed Wing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's actually more damage if it is Raikou to still attack with Armed Wing. Right?
Oh, for 27 instead of
Yeah, instead of 23 direct.
and still negate instead of 23 direct.
Yeah.
And if it's not, just free value, baby.
Oh,
Hey.
baby.
Juicer.
Yeah, now we're feeling really nice with Gore's Fissure in like sitting in the background of our hand.
Yeah, I mean he's gonna make Goyo take
Stardust,
Stardust, which is
a little
okay.
annoying, but if we Fissure though and he attempts to negate, I mean he'll just let the Stardust die, right?
Yeah. We'll see
Okay.
what he does.
Assuming he can Goyo here, which likely odds, but uses a lot of cards for him to do that.
Yep. Uses 2 out of his last 3.
See, maybe this is the scenario where Colossal's a little better, right? We hard made this Arm Wing so we can take it, right?
Yep. I mean, we're just reading that as decree because he doesn't use it.
Okay. Guess he did not have a 4. Yeah, it was almost certainly decree. So going second, any changes that you're making here? Do you like this nobleman at all?
Of cross out.
Yeah.
Oh, we have heavy and MST.
Yeah, no. Honestly, I think it was solely because of decree, and now we know he plays a few other traps as well, but like MST staying in, the question is, are we also keeping in heavy?
Right. Is there anything I want in? I kind of want TT or the nobleman in.
Okay, I like TT in going second.
I think, yeah.
One oppression.
Nobleman. Yeah, for an oppression. Then nobleman over what?
We can do nobleman over heavy if you're really not afraid, but I like these cards even more when I go second, actually.
Yep.
To clear the way. Maybe I don't know.
It could be the second fissure. We didn't see consecrated, but I don't know. It's still risky to not.
No, I actually like that though. I like that because the chance of him having decree plus consecrated isn't very high, right?
Yeah. It's just another. It's just because it's also a spot removal for a monster. So
right, that's true.
It's the same slot, just different util.
All right,
That's pretty good.
Pretty good.
That's pretty good.
It's pretty good. All right, let's see. See, this is where like soul release can be crazy, but also if like whirlwind gets stopped for whatever reason, then like soul release is scary as F to just be a card that we'd lose out of hand.
Yeah, all the inherent -1 cards are scary. It's just, is it worth the payoff? Like True Nade, is it worth the payoff?
I mean, that last game, it was crazy, right?
Yeah,
it shut off so many different cards.
Literally
it shut off Lumina. It shut off.
Dude, they go back to turn 0. It's like
yeah.
they don't want to play the game anymore. Oh, nice.
I actually like this thoroughly. I'm just sending the Whirlwind and the Bora. You?
I'm thinking.
I mean, even if it's Raikou in my head, it's like I just want to apply the pressure. I'm replacing it already. We already have the Bora follow-up, and we can prevent tempo with release. But
craziest line is summon Kalut, make Brio, set him back to going like, and we have Blizzard as next turn follow-up.
So I mean, we can do that, but we're throwing away a lot of advantage. But
yeah,
if you think that the only way we're winning this game is,
I think it's just that's the highest pressure play, like having a Brio, and
that's fair.
Like he's with a Solemn set, and we have a Blizzard follow-up next turn with guaranteed Bora or Gale or Kalut Engrave is kind of crazy.
What are the punishes if we go for that line?
It's heavy for sure, and Gores.
And Brain.
Yeah, Brain's not the worst.
Braining the Brio is. Yeah, okay. Is that the play you want to do? You're the Blackwing master. If that's what you want to
Dude,
do, let's send it.
I think that's what I want to do because I feel like lights ones, if they're slow like this, if the Brio play can make them so infinitely slower. Because like,
that's true.
I don't know.
I don't disagree
it's
with
just
you.
like his hand has to be slow because otherwise he would have nudged it on us turn 1. So, and so if it's slow and you send him back a normal summon, it's like, oh shit, how am I gonna deal with? Because if he summons Lila pop back row, I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
That's true.
Yeah. So. Yep.
You're pitching the Bora?
Yep.
Okay.
Now if we rip Dad, it's like also game ending. Yep.
Okay, no Gores. That feels nice. You set the judgment correct.
Yep.
All right.
Like basically we're trying to end the game next turn. Almost.
Yeah, I see. It makes sense. I'm just I think in general I play way more like in my head. I'm like, oh, I'm better than my opponent. I'm going to find like safe opportunities to win the game.
Right.
And this feels very, very unsafe, but it makes a lot of sense. Like I'm sure mathematically this is a very strong option.
The way this is being played.
So he clearly is honest. Are we judgmenting this?
Do we have game next turn if we don't judgment this? No, we don't. So I'm okay to keep judgment and get honested, I think.
Okay. No, I don't. I mean, I don't hate that either. He's definitely gonna honest this. We follow up by being able to tack over and take it if we
test
want.
for honest again, and we're gonna, because we don't want to lose a double honest, so we're gonna bring back Gale probably, and then have him and then run over.
Right.
I guess. I think at least.
And remember, we know he's likely going to set something.
Yeah. So I'm down to keep Solemn here, I think. It's just.
Huh?
Wait, what? Wait, that's not how it works. Oh man. He just mill too. That means his hand was just giga slow. He's trying to mill with a Gareth.
Yeah, if another Lightsworn mills, he gets to.
Yeah. Oh, he just thought it was like a Jane or.
Yeah, he's definitely new to this deck. He normally plays like heroes and Vayu, so this is not his normal type of deck.
Yeah, quick draw, heroes, all the want to be a hero decks.
Oh no.
Is he saying he wants FF? He can just put the 2 cards back on top.
Yeah, he could even take back his normal summon. I don't care.
Yeah. We just want to play the game as if he knew what was like full knowledge.
Yeah.
So we need to know if this play worked against his specific setup.
Yeah, and I told him he can choose not the normal if he wants. Okay, he's gonna pass. Oh my god, what the heck? You only play one value though, so we're not activating this.
Right.
What's he gonna say here? All good, appreciate it though. Okay. So we're gonna go Blizzard. Obviously, we're gonna Surge.
This is, the Gale. Or is it the Gale this time, or are you just going for Goyo?
Honestly, I think in this matchup, is it not good to just Cataster?
Oh, Cataster's actually insane.
Right?
Lamau. We had so many options.
With Judgment?
We had the trifecta of options, yeah.
I think this is pretty good. Could also Gale and bounce it to our hand, or bounce Kalut to our hand.
You're too crazy, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I think we just make Cataster.
Yeah, sure.
And
I like the value of Cataster. I mean, he's showing that he's honest, and we have Cataster up now, so now he's like in a really, really, really bad spot.
Yeah, no, I think this is just correct.
I mean, would we lose to Cyber Dragon plus something insane, but it's not even that bad.
And then in case he drops scores, we still have the value behind it.
Yep. Yeah, I mean.
And then, do we want to pitch the value right now? No real reason to, I feel like.
No, I don't see a reason to. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
and you could put the whirlwind back in hand if you wanted to. That's why.
Nope. We already have the extra, so
yeah, that's how I feel.
He can't even deal with it right now. Like he has to deal with the monsters before he can deal with any of our back row. So he just.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I think this is the problem when you mesh a deck like Lightsoren with like the value strategy is it does brick like this. When it rolls though, it's so good. It almost feels like one of the best decks in the format. But you know, you play so many different engines that sometimes it just doesn't roll. So here, I mean, do we care if he clears this? We have game next turn if we just judgment. But we also, you know, sacrifice ourselves to a possible like Sork, which is very likely with how he's been playing his hand.
Yeah, it's very
I think we should allow it.
You know, we definitely allow it. At least that's my instinct, is to like without thinking of deeper lines.
Right.
Like all our cards have already done their job, so like I'm okay with him wasting his removal on most of it.
That's fair. That's fair. Take 150.
Like even if he sets one as a bluff.
Oh my god, that's correct.
Yeah, the game is over. Show him the stone cold.
The stone cold nuts. He probably skips now. Oh man, triple wolf.
Triple wolf vibes.
Oh, I'm sorry, brother.
I'm so sorry, dude.
All right. I see how you win monthlies with this deck. Just get to 2 whirlwind in game 3
get
and
to 2 whirlwind, make them draw 4 dead cards in their hand, and all of a sudden you can just win events.
I'm letting him know he'll be on the channel.
Nice.
All right, well, thanks. I kind of liked playing with you because I felt like there's a few situations where we not necessarily had differing opinions, but like just different thoughts that the other one wasn't necessarily thinking was optimal. But then like I'm still unsure, because I feel like straight outs it was more correct to play Stardust, but combo outs, like more than one card outs, it was probably more correct to play Colossal. But then also going for the Stardust line made Dad a better top. Like there's so many arguments for both sides.
I like that we can argue for both sides, which that's why.
Yeah, and then like the Brio play that just shows like I feel like your risk calculation was really good. Like yes, it is a higher potential to go bad, but he basically has to have the nuts times 2 because we have the judgment behind it. Whereas like in my head, it's like if we play this slow, we're probably winning the game anyways, but I give him a lot more draws and more opportunities.
More opportunities to unbreak his hand, like seeing recharges and whatnot. Like I don't know what can happen, whereas I feel like that was a driver's seat hand for sure. Yeah, that was fun that we got to play against a fellow Chicagoan as a sample match, which is pretty funny.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet, dude. Well, heck yeah. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, dude. Thanks to you, I might end up playing this for Anaheim. We'll see. I know I've been a fairy guy, but like I said, DDV has made me scared. And I mean, I went 7-2 at Nats, playing the same list as you, and then I you know, we played differing list a little bit, but had a good result in the monthly, and that's not with all the experience on Blackwing. So maybe if I go into the hyperbolic time chamber with you as my senpai, that I'll be able to get it done.
Let's do it. I'm glad I stuck with this deck throughout the whole process of this year, and I feel like I've gotten better at it. So it definitely feels rewarding to start reaping those benefits. I definitely have a couple shout outs I want to give, if that's cool.
Yeah, let's throw them out.
Oh yeah. So there's obviously my wife, who allows me to go to these events, and it's very. And then I went to go vacation with her in Hawaii the whole week, so that was an awesome time. My brother and his wife watched our dog Daisy while we were out. All the boys, Eric, Jason, Gary, yourself, Kevin Wu, my Chicago homies for sure, dude. Like it's so sick. Hector, Rick, David, Henry, Danny, Leonel, Jeremy, the whole Chili's chat. Yeah. And then Pro Storm discussing the deck list with me. Like, it was really helpful to have him bounce ideas back and forth as a fellow Blackwing player. And I know he dabbles with all the different decks, and he's just really aware of the meta, and so he's really been a helpful resource. Eric's students, Noah and Eric Dahan, those guys, I'm starting to see them be more active and seeing streams with them. So I'm excited to see how they develop as players, because they're also Blackwing players. So,
Yeah.
I'm excited to see that. And then TGS for hosting. Nick and Frank are just great guys that I get to hang out with once a month, and it's cool to have them there. But yeah, I think that's everyone.
Heck yeah, dude. Well, I'm very, very excited for Anaheim, and I'm also just very excited to get another test night in, hopefully, before we head out for that in a few weeks here. And until next time, thanks for tuning in, guys. Congrats to our TGS two-time champion, Eric Chai. And until next time, see ya.
Thank you. Peace out.